start up my stream. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. We need to clip on
Yeah, you can just clip it on anywhere on your shirt, really.
All right, for sure. We're gonna go right here with it.
Yeah, bro. I've had these for like a month. Nah, like 3 months, really. I never used them like that.
Where you get them at?
My girl got them for me.
Hey, oh yeah, marry her.
Yeah, it was it was a gift. I've been meaning to use it for my content, but usually I'm recording on my PC, so I'm just like,
Oh, word too. So this is the one you brought this one your crib?
Yeah, this is my setup from home. I just didn't bring everything with me. I just brought like the bare essentials. It's crazy. The Wi-Fi here better than the Wi-Fi in my house. I was doing a test. I'm like, damn, I need whatever they got.
They keep building all these data centers. It better be jumping over here. I'm like that. That's dope, man. That's dope for real, for real. You can do the Ethernet or you do Wi-Fi?
Nah, I just do Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
I could do Ethernet at home, but the thing is, like, since I stream so late, I don't want to wake anybody up. I got a little shed, so I'm like, let me set my stuff up out there, and and that way I can do whatever and not really worry about streaming till 3 a.m, whatever.
You feel me? That's why you can actually be in your bed. You gotta worry about the loud.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but nah, bro, it's just like, bringing this setup was kind of like last minute because I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm gonna be bored in that hotel room. I might as well
come on,
do what I gotta do. But then they were looking at me all crazy, bringing all this up here.
I was like, how long, buddy? Thank you for the stay.
Yeah, she was like, you're here till Friday? I was like, yeah. She's like, what's all that for? I was like, it's like my job. She's like, okay. So you can do that on a laptop?
No,
I was like, I could respectfully. I get the opinion, but
I'm confused because there's a desk in the room. So like, you feel me? What I'm supposed to not?
I'm not supposed to bring my stuff.
I'm gonna use every square foot of this motherfucker. That's funny, man. That's funny. I walked in. I was like, I gotta pay the park. She said, I said, okay, for sure. I ain't even putting on up. I was like, I already know. I can tell you don't play already.
Yeah, brother. Bootman's gonna come.
Oh, hey, Bootman gonna eat, boy. One thing, two things for sure. I learned that very quick when I got out here. Oh yeah, they ain't playing no game with you.
I've been watching one of them's TikToks on when he goes around Atlanta.
Oh,
you ever seen him?
Nah. I ain't know they had that Atlanta Bootman on TikTok.
Yeah. He's big. He'll get people. They're like, I was just here for 2 seconds. Like 75 to get it off.
Come on, bro.
75.
See, that's malicious, folks. That's like that's bad intent, bro.
No, that's just he's trying to get his clips off.
Come on, bro. He clip farming on the boot. Come on.
There's people like, bro, I'm DoorDash and I can't do it. He's like,
come on, bro. Time
get back.
Oh, wait. DoorDash man got to pay 75. He might even make 75.
So that's a shift for the day.
Come on, he finna work that up for the rest. He ready for the boot dude.
No, Atlanta.
Like, bro, what?
Yeah, it gets crazy.
I'm already knowing, bro. Trust me, bro. It's a blessing, though. But I feel like it gets you sharp. You feel me? It gets you ready for everywhere you can go. If you can survive out here, you get down out here, you'll be out in LA. You'll be out in New York.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for anybody that doesn't know, like, tell them about yourself. How long you've been working on music and everything?
Oh, for sure, man. You know what? I'm not naming Skoolinc. I want to make sure y'all can see me. Can they see
for
me?
Sure. Yeah, you should be good. I'm gonna adjust any lighting issues in the VOD whenever I download it. So
okay, now you're super good, bro. Skoolinc. I go by the name Skoolinc. I'm an artist, musician, everything in between. Mr. Model Citizen, right? And I'm here with my boy Ryan. You feel me? Yeah. I'm kind of bad at intros, way better at the in between.
Yeah, no, for sure. How long you been making music?
I've been making music, like record music. Mm-hmm. I say like 10 years.
Okay.
10 years for sure.
How long would you say putting out music? Like
putting out music?
Yeah, putting out like all platforms. I know some artists are like, let me just put out like on YouTube or on Spotify or on Apple or SoundCloud, test the waters, and then make the investment. But like, how long you been putting out like all platforms, like doing music videos, all that?
Probably that's a good way to put it too, because there is a difference, right? From SoundCloud, I answer all of them. I want to say SoundCloud was somewhere like a year or two after I started rapping. Like, you feel me? I probably had that song for a little minute. I put it on SoundCloud probably when I was like 19. You feel me? I remember I played it in a girl car in college. I was like, yo, hear me out. And DSP, so like streaming, probably 2018, 2019, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So by
Pre-COVID.
yeah, over the pre-COVID, like
I know right now a lot of people are kind of like, yeah, I was locked in the house. That's when I kind of want to get my start.
That's a lot of folks actually took off of whatever they was into. A lot of
Yeah.
like people with little crafts and stuff like that flew off right then. But I was doing it way before then. I will say though, for COVID, it like connected, it clicked. I was like, oh, okay, like that's the first time I had a song like stream like overly crazy. Like I did like 50K streams and shit, and I'm like, okay, this is what you got to do to be able to do it. Cause we had all the time to focus on what we wanted to do.
Yeah, you kind of got to figure out all the foundation work in a way. Yeah.
And then like just looking, you know, you had number time, but to look at the screen, Sandra like, oh, okay, this work over here, and we had a little excess bread too, so it was like, okay, I could put that over there, it's making it work like this. All right, let's just do that times 10. So I understood that.
Damn, so doing it like so long, what kind of kept you going? Because a lot of artists, it's I think like someone was saying in an interview that the average like artist coming up only doesn't make it past year 2.
Damn, for real too?
Yeah.
You just warming up. You just getting to the point where you kind of understand, you comfortable doing the stuff that you're gonna do. Bro, I live it, bro. I do it if we didn't have these screens. I'd do it if it was just me and you and her. You feel me? If I had a guitar, it had like a drum machine, I'd probably be making music. You get what I'm saying? And documentation. Like, I always been a good outlet to like write down how I feel and like freeze that in time. It's cool to look at that. So
yeah, nah, it's like a timestamp, like you said. It's like your old little, not like time capsule, but it like lets you rewind to that moment and kind of live that back.
And it's dope because like even now though, because like everybody be worried about social status, admittedly so, because we want to pay our bills. We spoke about that earlier. But bro, imagine if you could hear your granddad make a song, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or your great grandfather, like this stuff gonna be here for forever. Yeah. And they be like, this is Rucker from when he was 19.
I never thought about it like that. Like, yeah, this is me watching him. Like, I never, because we don't look at our parents and be like, damn, what do they look like? Like, we might have that curiosity, but we're not really like,
what was this person like before they came, mom and dad? Because we see this mom and dad parenting, but they had character traits. They like foods. They had places they used to frequent. This is that and the third. It was, they obviously still people now. But I just think about it like that, man. You freezing all that in time for people. So I love music in that.
You can even look at it as like, yeah, they're gonna be able to hear your music and what you were like at that time period, but they could also be like, okay, let me go watch an interview from when my dad was 24, 25. That's the mentality he had at that age. I'm kind of trying to adopt that as like, that's like the guide. So you're kind of leaving a little blueprint for the next generation.
It's breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And it's for the people who come into my music, the folks that might see it tonight, the folks that'll come up into seeing it in the future, right? They got a whole discography to see that it's been consistent. One of the best parts I love about the internet and the digital age, you can go back 10 years and be like, what was he like? What was he saying? You feel me? And I could say, okay, like you said, I told you this as a person that has been doing whatever it is for so long. You can see I've been saying it since I started doing it. Mm-hmm. So I think that consistency, being able to show that, is really, really fire.
Does that scare you though? Because you gotta think we're the first generation where, like you said earlier, we're YouTube kids. Like we're content kids. We grew up with this shit. Like I grew up. I mean, my first like taste of content was I was watching like my older cousins on MySpace when I was like real little. I was like 5 or 6, and then I was, Facebook started to pop off, Uvu, even like all these other things. But it's just like we're the first generation where everything's left on the table until we're like old. Like there's no like precedent for like
digital footprint on the thing.
But it's just like on a long-term extent, like we're gonna be the first generation that's like 80 and everything from when we were 18 and even younger is like still online.
Bro, it's all documented. You feel me? And we don't have to name the names. We know the names that's gonna be gathering that data. You get what I'm saying? It's terrifying in that aspect, but I don't like to use fear because I don't fear much. I fear one thing, and I think we know what that is, right? I tell you what, it freaked me out. I use that. It does kind of freak me out a little bit because it's like you say, like even with the TikToks and the short form content, it's like, bro, I done fed so much of my likeness and so much of me is existing on this platform, and this is that and the third. But I will say this: one, inshallah, I'll be able to in the future hire a bunch of tech hackers to go and like clean it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I like this.
They wiped the database from like 2030 and earlier.
Yeah, early, you feel me? Or be like, okay, like this one he got money, or like this one I figured out how to like spend my money and like budget. So like do everything after that. Yeah, all them girls and all that mistakes. Get that out of
This
here.
is before I was trying to get on. Get that out of here.
All that like trying to figure out what test the algorithm. But it's cool though, because for me, like again, a fan can look at that and say he was trying it. Like it took not like in a bad way, but like he did damn near anything, or like he tried every stone. You know, I said in the song, I got picked in rocks, so that's what I mean. You don't leave a stone unturned. So,
but even from like a perspective of like, yeah, you might look at something you put out 5 years ago and cringe a little bit.
Oh yeah,
that's just like growth or whatever. That's just you growing as a person, as an artist.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like, in a way, I kind of trust my current foresight, even like when I first started, just like the whole way through, that I'm not gonna put something out that when I'm 80, I'm like, why the fuck did I? Why did I do that?
You feel me? And I think that's a good lens. That's where I create from, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I started talking to you, the first thing I mentioned was like my lineage and like what my legacy would be and how I will like be represented for time and time that goes on, right? And that's that same thing. I gotta be proud of it. Yeah. I gotta be able to look at it and say, because even if it's cringy, I got like I'll know like, okay, I was trying to do this though. So that's like it'll make me down there happy. Like, look at you trying it. At least you tried the reggae. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I'm gonna do reggae. I ain't gonna do that. Maybe
and then I mean, I look at this social media shit, bro. It's like our kids and grandkids are gonna have so fine-tuned like metrics of this shit that they're gonna look at us trying shit and be like, why were you doing that?
What's that about though?
Yeah, it's like,
I imagine that for our generation it's gonna be a ton, and for better or worse. Cause ladies, you feel me? Your kid gonna pop up on you with that cell phone like, hey, what's this?
Yeah.
You gotta look at that phone and explain what that is on that cell phone. So I hope we all got good representation of what we want our future to see. But some folks don't care about that, man. Some folks just want to be individuals. That's cool too.
Yeah, no, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, it's just like people are focused on the now. They're not really thinking about too long term.
Yeah, fix. Instant gratification.
Hell yeah. What are you up to now as an artist?
That's like, you know what, this was actually like all on, like I just put my hand in my pocket. This is what I'm doing, right? I want to give you this. This is the president. President.
Damn, thank you, bro.
Hey, let's see. You feel me? That's what this logo that's on my hat. That's everything I've been representing. That's the media company. That's the brain behind what everything we want to have going on.
I think you posted a story about this, or
tons
real?
Of it,
yeah.
Tons of it, right? That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's the second part of what we got going on.
That's awesome. I like the logo. I like how it kind of ties in, and you can like, you see the logo. If you see the name, you'll always remember that logo because you see MC. It's like, okay, I remember what that was. Yeah.
You feel me, bro? You're really hip on that in the sense of like, all that was on purpose. All that is intentional because it's simple and we all can adapt to it. Appreciate you, bro. But hey, yeah, man, I want you to have that.
Thank you, bro.
You're a model citizen. Not only you're a model citizen, but like that's one of them things that we were trying to, triumph that we do. That's one thing we're doing, right? We're creating tiers in different ways that you can feel and be involved in what's going on right now. Because we gotta be involved in what's going on right now. You gotta be present. So that's what that's about.
I like that you did a bracelet because it's kind of like one of those things. One, you look at it like you're always like seeing your wrist, whatever. Somebody's gonna look at it and be like, oh, what's model citizen? What's that? But it's also like, I mean, right now everything's expensive, right? Like this is like an accessible way for anybody to really want to be like, oh, I can get behind that, you know?
Come on. And for me to be able to let you know that you're in on the club and it's a representation, it's a reminder throughout your day. Like, okay, let me make the right decision when nobody's looking. Yeah. You feel me? As a rapper, I want to show people like you can be a decent human being. I don't want to use the word good because we all doing the best we can. You can be a decent human being and be fly, be cool, have the girls, whatever you want, and be successful. You don't have to sell your ethics. You don't have to be bad. You don't have to talk about hurting people. You don't have to demoralize folks. Again, that morbid energy siphoning type stuff. You don't got to do that.
Yeah.
We got to change that narrative. At least that's what we're trying to do right now.
Oh, yeah. I mess with that.
Appreciate you, Sway. Yeah, make sure I get you right, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see you. I have your little shirt or something.
Oh, yeah. So y'all are focused on the bracelet right now? I saw you got a hat. You guys doing the hat series? It's just like you guys are getting the bracelets and then kind of expanding from there?
So we're starting with, the bracelets, man, you know what's wild? So in that same vein, I probably made like the name of my brand, which is Sad Life USA. It's just like a whole different conversation. But I made that when I was like 15, 16. 15, 16. And today it is, like I said, it's more media than anything. That is just a thing that obviously is advertising. But at the same time, it's free. It's nothing. Everybody they can have something from Model Citizen and it don't have to cost nobody nothing.
Oh, okay,
what I'm saying? So that was one of the things that we can do with that. It helps us grow. It helps us look real. And
I'm sure that you care about the people too.
Yeah. Overly, twin. overly, not even on some like, oh, I'm such a good person, cause now I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? But nah, for sure, that's one of my major points, bro. You want to help, you want to help. There's plenty of niggas on here to fly, look cool, fuck you, I'm fucking your girl. Like, excuse me, I don't want to cuss too much.
Nah, you're good. You're good, dude.
You feel me? Like, or like, oh yeah, like that's all the rap thing is about. It's like, nah, twin, we got people hurting right now. You gotta acknowledge that. You can't just flex on them and show them out. Like, no, we gotta give back. You know?
Yeah, because a lot of times, I mean, especially when you get on, especially like in music, it's kind of you lose touch with like, damn, we're in a time when like people are really feeling like what's going on right now. Like I might not be feeling it, but like
come on,
everybody else is.
Read the room. You feel me? You pop out with your music video. What's today? What happened on the global stage? It might have been something that was really, really, really existential and true to the world as a whole, not just to the people who care about entertainment. You feel me? So I think that a lot of artists are tone deaf in that regard. And it's not that, like, again, I'm swaying on my high horse. I'm just saying in the sense of I'm working towards it, right? And I think it's something that we have to make an effort at, especially right now. You feel me? And to the point, we got too cozy, 2016s and all that shit. Like, we got cozy, who was thriving and shit like that. And again, it watered it down and diluted it. So I'm here to bring that flavor back.
Yeah, I mess with that. Yeah, because music, bro, like you said, the past 10 years, it didn't get to a point of like, it was innovative up until 2016 to like maybe even 2018. And then after that, everybody was like, I feel like the whole game was kind of like, all right, this is the pocket that's like really working. And then we kind of lost that innovation in a way. And there's still artists that are, trying to push stuff forward and really plenty. keep it growing. But then there's a lot of accessibility and kind of comfort in knowing like, all right, this is working right now. I can try to hop on this and it's really gonna work for me. I see that kind of dying out now, to where people are kind of going back to that individuality and kind of sort of not get into the music for the reason that it's thriving, but get into it because okay, I have something to offer. I feel like I can really push it forward and do something here.
You got a message. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And to your point, it's like it's easy to mimic, man. And I'm gonna always say, still like an artist, man. Still do whatever you want to do. Ideas are for the taking, right? Because get what? If you don't do it right, somebody will. At the end of the day, folks, it ain't sustainable if you don't got no source. If you don't know how to pull, mix, match, do this, that, and the third, like it's not gonna sustain. You won't do it long because you're doing it for the next man's reason. You're not doing it for your reason. Yeah. So a lot of those artists you see, that's what that was, right? And to your same point, the good thing about social media is that you can choose what you want. You can listen to all your favorite artists right there on your cell phone. You can follow this person with 100 followers. If you like their song, you like their song, right? So there's never been a more time when you have the option. Granted, ironically enough, we make the option less because of algorithm, da 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 da. But again, I think for artists that really want to do it, ain't no better time to do it than right now because you can pull those people in that want to hear real stuff.
Damn, that's great. Do you have anything that like, if you look back as like, let's say like your 18-year-old self would kind of look to you and be like, damn, this wasn't in the plans, this wasn't in the books, that you like, I didn't think that I would go, not necessarily in a bad way, like go
I know
this route.
I'm laughing because you said 18-year-old stuff. I'm like, bro, I was so thrown, bro.
But it's just like something that is just like, damn, this is not what I kind of had envisioned like when I was 18, but maybe even like for better or for worse, like this is like the path I was led down, kind of like just something that your 18-year-old self would be surprised about today.
Yeah. That's a good question, bro. That's a real good question, bro. Oh shit, it's so much. Let me see something funny though. They'll be surprised. Let's say in a good way.
Because I would even give you some time to think. Like for myself, I look at it as like, bro, when I was 18, I was just graduating high school. I was consuming a lot of music content, but I never thought I would do something that's involved in the music. I thought I was gonna be an accountant.
Oh,
right. Like, I was going to college to be an accountant because I was like, I was the first person in my family to get accepted in the college. So I was like, now I gotta go. And now I was thinking about it like, I gotta do something that's gonna make me money. I can't really follow it. Like, I was like, everybody would tell me about like, nah, you follow your passion. There's no money in that. You just got to do what makes money first. And
it did follow your passion. Yeah, like 50, 60. Nah, we're not doing that, man. We're gonna spearhead it. But obviously, with what got us here, right? We want to be able to sustain that. We don't never want to go against the grain and put yourself in a place where you in pain, right? But to that same point, that's fire. That's fire. That you can see the complete turnaround from when you was accountant to now, dog. Like, but I can see that though, as far as how you look at your system and how you set it up. Bro, I think that if something, how involved I am and how okay I am with where I'm at right now, like the way that I see my career and what I seen in as 18 are night and day. I think that it's every rapper, like anybody that might see this or anybody that's doing it right now, they're gonna go, especially if they're a little younger. You want the flash, you want the girls, you want the access to unlimited fun, whatever it is you into.
And it's very easy at that age. Any age over 20 seems like forever away, right? Because
Yeah.
I was 18, bro. I was working at Chick-fil-A. I was looking at my 21-year-old coworkers. I was like, what the fuck are you still doing working at
Man,
Chick-fil-A?
what the fuck you
Like you
working at a
grown as
house?
hell, you know? And then I got to 21. I'm like, damn, I'm still a kid. You know what I
Man,
mean?
what,
Like,
bro? I am a child, bro. I don't know nothing, bro.
yeah, so it's very easy to like, even now, I run into some people that are like 19, 20, and they're like, yeah, by 25, I want to be sitting comfortably. I made it. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, you'll get there.
Hey,
Keep doing your thing.
I ain't gonna be the guy, right?
Because
That's
I'm
gonna
not
tell
going
them
to
they
discourage
not.
anyone. Yeah, like you said, but it's just like we all go through that point where we got to kind of learn, like, damn, life moves fast, you know,
Like
and
move
we got to
fast.
be okay with the growth that we're doing. We can't necessarily get set on, I got to make it by this day, this
Yeah.
time. Burner account, what's up, bro? But yeah, you can't be set on like certain deadlines and stuff. I feel
Yeah,
like as a
nah.
young person, you kind of set those for you, and you're like, much of it is like kind of the system, right? Because we're set to where you're 18, you got to go to college, you got to be out by 22,
Come on.
have a job, be married by 25. So we kind of look at it as like, damn, I'm 22, 23, I should be, you know, well on pace by now, like to live this certain lifestyle.
100%.
And when you're going against the grain and doing your own thing, you kind of keep those standards in a way where you're just like, okay, if I'm not making 100K by 25 a year, then maybe I didn't make it. Maybe I should
Come on, right.
reflect. Yeah.
And it don't help when you got these narratives, man. Everybody's so afraid of age, right? Everybody's so afraid to be grown and be responsible. Go back to that same thing, what we want, like the freedom of a child, right? And just the no worries and no this, that, and the third. In reality, it's like that stuff takes time, right? I don't have to mention really, really big names to let you know, like a lot of these people were putting 10, 15 years in prior to you realizing that they were great or prior to us even really seeing them, right? So to your same point, it's like I definitely not been in positions, man. Even to this day, again, we have to remind ourselves, but we are blessed to be in the position we're in. We are extremely like, what I'm looking for. Shit, I just said it, right? Like we have the ability and more time and space ever than right now to make it happen. So all that we got to do is figure out what we're good at, what we like doing, and just focus on getting better at that. Everything aside from that is just a byproduct again of the system, making you feel like you need to be here or here by certain places. And it's like, no, are you happy with like the work that you're doing? You know what I mean? Like, are you sustained and fulfilled in your livelihood? If you're not, figure that out. And then after everything goes, the passion will follow. And hopefully those things are synonymous. Hopefully your passion is in the same vein of the things that are making you bread. But like to your same point, bro, I'm not worried about those markers no more. I'm just doing it because the more and more I do that, the more I realize I'm already here to me.
Yeah.
You're already here.
Because there's a couple things with that, right? Because like you said, we're born in the perfect time. Like the generation before us and even before them, they would have killed to be like in their 20s, and it's like you're able to sustain yourself, work a job, and still do what you want to do on the side, build that up, and even have the chance to get to a point where you can do that without going through traditional routes or channels. You know what I mean?
Come on, what you mean? You can hop on a screen and you can talk to the world. No, the world, like anybody in the world with internet access can get you.
Yeah.
If you'd have told that to a brother that played blues in Mississippi, he would have got up here and did.
You've been doing that 50 hours a week.
50 hours a week, for free, no problem, right? Because how many people were doing this? I think that again, what people again go back to what I told you about earlier, right? What you think an artist's life look like and what an artist's life actually is are night and day. And what you see of an artist's life and what he actually live, it's not that it's like it's not real. It's like you only get to see one half of like the actual. It's like you only got one eye in a sense. So this other eye see a whole different type of ball game. You know, all the different perspective. But of course, when it comes to media and it comes to entertainment, I have to limit your perspective. It's best that I do so. And I think that the thing that social media has did, it opened up both eyeballs. So now you're just not seeing me from the lens I want you to. You're seeing me from this personal lens too. And we all got the same access. So I like it in a lot of ways. But obviously we don't stream and shit. But like I definitely see it working against a lot of artists, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hope they got it and they fell.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's crazy to kind of watch this as like develop and just even as an artist, like you're probably at an advantage, but you're also at a disadvantage because you gotta adapt more than an artist would have like in the 60s, like more than ever. Like,
Bro,
you know, you got to be able to adapt every year and like really conform to what's going on that year versus like we were talking about a little earlier about how every artist was considered an industry plant back then. There was only one channel to go through. Now there's
everybody was an industry plant back in the day.
There's so many different ways and different metas or whatever that's going to work that you just got to be able to adapt and grow with the online presence and everything.
It's like, do you want it? Do you really want it? Like, do you really want this shit? Whatever it is you want to do in life, do you really want it? Because figure out how to get it done. Now, it could look different, right? I think that a rich man is a very, very big spectrum, right? Especially depending on where you at in the world. But when it comes to what you want out of life, figure out the bare basics of what that looks like, make a plan, and just stick to it. It's literally nothing other than that. And it's you never stop. If you literally just never stop, you will see success. You'll see the $1 million. You'll see the $1 million video. You'll see the million views. You'll see, you know, for me, X, Y, and Z, trips here, trips there, whatever, right? You just have to keep going and also pay attention to what's working and what you have that is accessible. Everybody, in theory, got a phone. So everybody got a phone. Why is everybody that wants to do this at a professional level now time blocking their days and figuring out exactly how to do this at a professional level? You know, that's just that, bro. Again, that ain't saying that if you did everything right, it's guaranteed you will hit. But what I'm telling you is that you really don't want the hit. You just want a career. You just want to be able to sustain yourself. So like, don't even trip on that. Figure out a way to get your 1,000 fans and flourish.
Yeah, because I mean, there's always gonna be luck to a percentage, right? But at the same point, it's about giving yourself as many opportunities to hit that luck. And the people that are the most successful, you kind of look back at their career and it's just like they were the ones putting themselves in those positions as much as possible. Because you got to think about like an artist like Future, he didn't start really getting going until he was about 27. But you got to think how many times in those 9 years between 18 and 27 was he putting himself out there and getting those positions ready to where he was able to be in that position at 27.
And ready, striker. You feel me? Like I walk in the room, I don't gotta be thinking about like I'm already ready to do the interview. I'm already ready to do this. So it's like whenever you are living at it and you're doing it at a professional level, ain't nobody got to tell LeBron how to shoot a basketball at any time of the day. You walk in that motherfucker's house right now throwing basketball, shoot.
He can just wake up groggy. He's
like, what? It's muscle memory. It's we own it. You hear me? Like it's nothing to do with. You feel me? If you need to do whatever. So I say all that to say, it's like you building. When you got those times and those areas where you got your head down, maybe you trying to be an artist, you trying to get your stream up, trying to get your company off the ground, whatever that might be. That's your building block. That's your foundation. That's gonna give you your tool belt for when you hit that fork in the road when you are successful. I know how to pivot, and I definitely know how to pivot because I got extra support, more capital to do so. So I think that again, man, go back to if you could sustain this shit, if you could just figure out when you gotta love it, bro. You gotta love this shit. If you don't love this shit, bro, you're gonna hate it, right? If you go see you on some fucked up pub,
you just want the fruits of the labor without putting the labor in. It's gonna be a rough ride.
And how it looks to you. If everybody want to be Drake, I got bad news for you, twin. Everybody can't be Drake. You know what I'm saying? It's just unfortunate. So it's like figure out what you want from the game, figure out what you love, and just thrive, man. That's how I've been able to sustain these years. Just really enjoying what I do.
And that's dope because a lot of artists, they do want to be Drake. That's ultimately the ultimate goal because I feel like to be an artist,
who don't want to be? What the fuck?
Yeah, to be a creative in general, or even just like any artist, like anything with a creative motive where you're kind of going against the grain, you have to have, to an extent, a little bit of an ego, right? You have to be like kind of like that delusional optimism of like, I can get to that top level. But at the same time, you got to be happy knowing like, all right, this is the journey I'm going on. Like I might not be making it next year. I might be 40 and finally catch a hit that hits them wrong the demographic I'm in at that point in time.
And like you say, at 40 you still ready. At 40 you still like, all right, for sure. I might not be on stage every time, but all your favorite podcasters, all your favorite streamers, we gonna do some funny shit. You're gonna see me around. You're gonna see me in the mix, and there's different ways that you could like capitalize on it. And I think it's very important, man. And just to chill, bro. It's so like I'm talking to myself, guys, but it's so hard being entertainer in any capacity, right? It's not. That's why everybody say you'll never. It's so hard to be famous. It's not that it's impossible. It's like a lot of people want it, and the entry level has became so low, and that's okay, right? I don't need people putting up gates. I'm just saying, like, you gotta really gun this shit. You gotta gun this shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because when there's so many people trying, like, yes, it is easy to kind of be doing more but it's also like just as easy to do so much that you just and not be happy with the growth and not be happy where you're at. That you're just like, why
Yeah.
am I doing this? You
Come
know?
on. And like you say, bro, what, man? And shout out to my folks who gonna see this later, man. How many of my folks done came, or like how many folks that done came to me in real life? I'm like, man, I'm really not seeing that from this. I'm not really seeing no paper. I want to X, Y, and Z. I want to figure out a way to excel and sustain as a person. Like music is really good. I want to always do music, but like you become an adult, bro. Life get real. And I'm looking around and folks got real careers. People are really established. They're starting to talk about 401ks, property, portfolios. These words are popping up. I'm like, I'll focus on albums, right? I'm still focused on albums, but at the end of the day, I still had to put that work in to understand how can I turn this into a 401k? Because they're what I do. They're my career. So I want to talk that same talk. So that's everything that we've been doing this year in the past.
I'm glad you look at it like that because, like, as an artist in your 20s, you start seeing your friends start getting like those corporate jobs. They start getting they start having kids and stuff. You kind of start looking at this like, damn, like, well, he's a lawyer.
Come on,
he's in his doctor's residency. Like,
you feel me?
He's starting to get married. Like,
they just moved his family from overseas. They stay here now. They got
It's like he was my roommate. He's just getting that condo up the street now. It's like, damn, should I maybe? Like, it's like it's very easy to compare and like comparison is a thief of joy.
Hey man, you know what? And I love that you said that, brother. That's one of my favorite things to say, nigga. And go back to that thing you say about because I could come out sometimes as like I don't even want to come off like a humanitarian there, like I'm perfect. I ain't never did nothing wrong in my life, man. Come on now. I'm a human being, but at the end of the day, like I got a lot of ego. I care about this shit. And I want to do this shit good. I don't want to just be like, oh, I'm just here to make. No, I want to rap at a good level. I want this shit to hit. I want to be a well listened to artist, lyricist, all that, and all that in between. So I said it to say like, whenever I'm approaching a situation, I have to approach it from a purist standpoint. How would a purist approach this? How would a person that again, right, sees themselves doing this for a lifetime? How would they tackle this? How would they acknowledge this? And you're not gonna do everything perfect. And two, you can't always dictate or predict what that looks like on the other end, what it looks like in practice. You said that about like what I look like at 28, or when I was 20, man, 28 looked a whole lot different from me. Like you said, in our mind, I guess your late 20s, your 30s feels like your 50s and 60s, right? But like when you really understand what it really is, again, you get to your
in the grand scheme of thing, bro. We're gonna be here hopefully, right? So we're like late 80s, 90s. Like we got a lot of time ahead of us.
Oh, bro, plenty.
Yeah, so it's just like you just gotta look at the grand picture, and it's very easy for like even me like making content. I'm sometimes posting 10 TikToks a day, and some of my people that might be like a year or two younger than me, even my little sister sometimes might be like, damn, you're 27 posting all these TikToks. And I'm like,
yes, sir,
yeah. I'm like, Adam 22 is 30, whatever he is posting. Like, I don't look at it like as long like I feel like the more, not necessarily even the older we get, but the more I guess, yeah, the older you get, really people expect you to kind of not be trying. It's like people expect you by 25 to kind of keep up on your hopes.
Yeah. That's the world.
Yeah, they're kind of like, all right, pack it up. Like, why are you still doing this?
Yeah, it's what the world wants you to do. The world wants you to give up at 25. And it's because a lot of our greatest people are not here after a long time, right? A lot of our greatest people, right? Whether it been Kurt Cobain, Tupac, this is in the third, Jimi Hendrix, they were in their mid-20s, late 20s range when they left us, right? So not just in the music world. I don't say that's for like all of life and sociology, whatever it might be. But I'm saying as far as like, we don't give any validity again to those next parts of your life, when in reality, all of our people who are really the tastemakers, really the steppers, really the people that put infrastructure in place, 30 and beyond, right? You understand what I'm saying? I don't have to name you the millions of people that made a real impact on this life as an adult because they had lived experience. So yeah, I'm posting 10 TikToks a day. They need to hear my opinion. And there's no diss to the youngest that's streaming, you heard me, and I'm not trying to make this an ageist thing, you know what I mean? I'm just saying like I am. But like I'm saying it's like whoever it is, people that got the experience, we need to hear from them more. Go back to that everybody 12 on the internet shit. It's like if everybody 12, if rap a young man game, then rap forever gonna have to be subject to influence, subject to manipulation, subject to corporate dollars, because young men think about money, lust, and sensation, nothing else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then equally with media, if it's all youngins, it's gonna always be subject to influence. So now we need all the steppers of age or whatever coming and doing stuff, bro. And that's what we're here to do right now.
And it's crazy because I feel like we're kind of in a unique, like double, almost crossroads because you look at others like acting, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
It's a not it. There's a plenty of actors that do it their whole lives, but they don't get that one role to their 50, and then they're everywhere. Like they're
Everywhere, bro.
everywhere at like 50, 60, getting all the roles.
Magneto, bro. Magneto with the and look, I don't watch superhero movies, y'all, so forgive me, but you know, the guy with the hat, man, in the 60s when he got his first big role, right?
Yeah,
You understand what I'm
exactly.
saying? So it's about, do you want to do this? Always go back to that. Do you want to do this? You want to do this? All right, put the uniform on. You're gonna play ball for forever until eventually you might get in the Hall of Fame, or you might not. But do you want to play ball? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Go play overseas. However you gotta do it. So that's just how that works, man.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, bro, I think it's just like about, can I look back at this in 30, 40 years and be like disappointed, or am I gonna like be happy that I at least, to, even if nothing shakes, at least I attempted to do this, and this
What,
is,
bro? And then, like I told you, as far as like, you don't have that, like you said, you don't have that FOMO. You don't have no sense of like, oh, I missed out. If only, bro. You was again, you had your youth. It's the time to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, we kids, so it's like, bro, why not turn around and make all the mistakes, do all this stuff? Cause get with when I'm way, 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 way older, I might can develop a business. I might develop something when it comes to tech company or discover some mitochondria that's able to. I don't know. You know what I mean?
And even with that, bro, it's just like there's so many unexpected ways to get the fruits of your labor
Oh
that, like,
yeah, bro.
how many artists do you see that are like in interviews and they're like, oh, my dad was a rapper, he
Oh
didn't get to
yeah,
make it, so that inspired me to do it, now I'm living out what he's always wanted to do.
bro. A lot of your favorite people. That's not the diss. It's not the sound like again comparison. Why it couldn't be me? I'm just saying a lot of them have industry ties.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, if not the majority, right? And I'm talking about from the conscious to the street rappers to your R&B singers to everybody, bro. There'd be a lot of that going on. So again, for me to be able to be in this room talking to you on a platform, for me to be able to have done the things I've done, I made it, nigga. I made it real quick.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They gotta do some cool shit and still doing cool shit every other day, bro. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I look at like this whole content thing as a whole, and I'm just like, I'm just happy to be involved, really. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and it's not. I don't, bro. Okay, nigga, when it comes to the content, bro, I don't be attached to that shit. When the
Yeah.
shit strike, it's strike. You get what I'm saying? But I think for you, it's a little different because you could kind of say that's like a little. The content would be a really large majority other than the long form videos that you do, right? So I could see that being a little bit more finite for you, a little bit more like important. But for artists, folk, I'm just putting that shit out to get my music out. Who cares if it react? Who cares? I don't need every TikTok to go viral, twin. I just need people to listen and stream the music, and then go buy
That's
the merch.
and that's how it is for me, right? Because I put my Twitch logo in small letters on every
Yeah.
TikTok I do. So even if I get 300 views, I'm like, that's 300 faces that popped up in front of.
Um,
And then when I get that video that hits 100,000, I'm like, all right, that's 100,000 people that saw my name. That's gonna pop up again at some point.
and how you think a motherfucker feel, twin, if they seen you at 300 and they see you at 300,000?
Mm-hmm.
How much more of a fan, or how much more of a person, how much more claps? It's like I seen him when it was people, smaller audience. Mind you, 300 people is a lot of fucking folks. That is such a crazy thing. Yo, 10 people, if 10 people jumped you right now, if 10 niggas walked in your room and stumped you out, 10 niggas walking here right now, it's gonna get off the record. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I said all that to say we got a skewed perception on numbers, bro. We hear billions and millions all day, but it's like, bro, you got 1,000 people that have spent $10.
Oh yeah.
Do the math, right?
Yeah.
So, bro, what, man? Like you say, it's really positive and it's really good. You got that mindset because that's what it takes to make it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Joe Budden, one of the and he hit both of our pillars. He was a rapper and now he do YouTube.
Yeah, and his Patreon numbers, like I look at that, I'm like, you out of here.
Yeah, but
100,000 people paying $5 a month, like.
Joe Budden's not coming back to hip hop no time soon.
No, he's good right now.
You ain't got to worry about that. Holla at me, JBP. I'll get up there with y'all. But,
Yeah,
real talk, right? So I started to say though, look at that. That's beautiful. It's so possible. So many different ways to make it, man. So I just keep smiling like we've been doing, bro. It's cool.
Oh yeah. You got any plans like music coming up?
Yeah. I got some cool shit. I got like 3 things. I got one that's a very introspective record because it's reflective of what we're going through right now, and like some stuff that like explaining the background to what I got going on. Because a lot of people don't know like Mississippi is, and like not to make it a thing, but like I come from a not so pretty background. You get what I'm saying? And I think I come off as a skater, you know, artsy dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily come off like I come from where I come from. So these next couple of records are gonna be kind of giving you a little bit of BTS in a sense, right? One of them is a really big sample. I won't expose who because I'm so scared to say who. I'm scared I'm gonna get sued just from saying it.
Yeah, you got to keep things under wraps to make sure
What?
everything's flowing smoothly.
Like
Yeah.
you said, man, 10 years down the line, they'll be like, oh yeah, because when you were on this podcast, you know what I'm saying?
And it gets very easy. Like, you got exciting stuff in the works to be like, I want to talk about this so bad. Because I've had moments too where I'm just like, I'm working on something so cool and I just want to talk about it. I'm just like, let me hold off until it's done so I can show the finished product first.
Bro, literally, like you say, and I think as an artist, that's one of the biggest lessons I had to learn. Not everybody want to hear your unreleased. Not everybody care about your music video concept. Not everybody care about your YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's like, as an artist, we have to acknowledge the fact that the people who care, they care. And if the people don't care, it's nothing against that. It's okay. We have borrowed time and people only have so much real estate in their brain. You understand what I'm saying? But I care about it for me. And I'm going to only show it to people who really going to give me that back. And if I show somebody a song or if I send them a picture, send them a verse or send them something and they don't say nothing back, I understand, okay, you're not the person that's going to ever get that again.
Yeah, and then it's just like, I don't know, bro. This whole game is just like, there's so much pulling at you. Like, there's so many, like, it's very easy to, like, I don't know. I try not to take anything too personal because, it's like, we're all human. We're all trying to do this. And it's like, a lot of us, we're just managing, like, almost two workload, like, a workload that, like, somebody 100 years ago would have thought, like, you're insane for doing all that you do right now.
It's so unfathomable the amount of output the average person has became, especially the average person that's, again, doing it at a professional level, they became accustomed to doing, right? Again, even if you look at YouTube 10 years ago, you look at music 10 years ago, some of our favorite people, they don't have nearly as much music. Their whole discography is not, it's okay, maybe we say that. There's a person on SoundCloud that's been rapping for 3 years with a bigger discography than some of the greatest musicians that have been out for the fucking, 50 years. You know what I'm saying?
Bruno Mars, before he dropped his last album, I think they had said he put out total 50 songs, and 50 all 50 songs, had been on the Billboard chart.
All 50.
Like,
I know I got 72 records literally because I looked at it recently. Like 72 records, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying? I'm Skoolinc. But in the sense of, bro. So think about that, right? And it's not a bad thing. It's more or less like it's just adaptation and looking at it from a different point and saying, okay, well, this is how I got to play the ball now. The game changed. So what I'm going to do? I'm going to call FIFA and be like, well, why did you do that? I hate VAR. I hate offside calls. You're fucking up the game. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to be like, all right, for sure, Lamar, I need you to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said Lamar, let me. But you know what I'm saying? You understand where I'm coming from, man.
How do you feel? Like, I always wanted your thoughts on right now. I feel like hip hop specifically is moving more towards ownership rather than just getting like a direct funding, and a lot of other genres are still kind of a little behind on that. Like, you look at country, I look at it, I'm like, it's still more of the traditional route where you're still getting signed to the label and then getting pushed. How do you feel about, like, a lot of artists are going more towards they're doing their involvement with the label as like individual songs and distribution deals where they can still own the song, but they're still getting like they're licensing the song to the label instead of just like, let me just sign for 3, 4, 5 albums and give them all the rights to the music. Whereas I feel like a lot of artists, especially coming up, are a lot more conscious of, I want to own this. And being that we're in more short form heavy media,
right,
a lot of the labels are kind of moving that way too, because they're noticing I can sign a lot of artists to distribution deals, get them like, still have the rights to the songs that pop off.
Come on.
And then not have the burden if, like, it's so accessible, some of these artists might not produce another one at this level.
100%. You are so correct, bro. That's like, and you know, it's wild. That's a big talking point amongst artists, by the way. Obviously, as you can imagine, right? Independent, signed, which one you want to do. Because it's like it's just like, again, but I'll tell you this is my answer to that. The answer changes, I think, the older and like the longer I'm in the game, because I'll say this before I go down my independent. I'm 100% indie. I want to remain 100% indie. I love independent artists. I'm a big fan of the direct to consumer model. I like having control of my data. I like gathering the data from whenever I do things so I can use that to do the next thing I need to do, right? You understand what I'm saying in that aspect, right? Without giving too much of the sauce, right? So I started to say I would always want that to be the forefront of my model as an artist, right? They come right to me. You don't got to go to Spotify. You don't got to go over there. No. Come over here to my website.
Yeah.
Listen. You know what I'm saying? Because when you cut out the middleman, anybody know you cut out the middleman, you make more money. You know what I'm saying? It's a little gang.
100%.
So it's in that essence. So I'm a big fan of that. Now, on the other side of that, it take a lot of heavy lifting. It take you hitting up the person, you putting in the cover art, you getting the videos, you getting the concept, you getting the flights, you getting the hotel, you paying for the girl to come into your music video, you paying for the Uber to get her home. Oh, and you got to feed everybody. All that's coming out your pocket or your company pocket. So it's a lot of responsibility. So at a point, I think I see why people do it for so long and say, okay, well, I'm tired of doing all the heavy lifting, right? I want to relinquish some of that responsibility to a label or distribution and a partnership, right? I think that that's the best happy medium. Like somebody who I don't mind name dropping, Russ. I think Russ has a really good deal, to my knowledge, as to keeping your ownership, keeping the data and stuff from your fans, but you're also able to, allocate some of that stuff to the
like some of the back end where it's like
bro,
push this off. Yeah.
again, right? Because it's like I don't know the average artist how many people they got on their team, but bro, when it comes to the full grand scheme of what people got going on, bro, it's massive. So yeah, if you could allocate some of that off to somebody else, shit, me.
Yeah, because the independent route is nice, right? But like you said, you go from being a rapper mainly to you're an overall business owner and creative overall too now, and that's a lot of string support. That's not everybody is wanting to do or even has the foresight to be like, if I go down this route, yes, I have to do a lot more of the heavy lifting, but at the same time, I'm cutting the middleman out. I don't need a million streams on every record when I can just get a couple thousand people to come to my website.
You feel me? And buy that album for $10. You heard me? Like, exactly. It look a lot less impressive when a motherfucker tell me, oh, I did 5 million, I only got 20 racks. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But it's like, if you do 5 million copies, or you do 500,000. So let's take it all the way down, right? You do 500,000 and you sold the album for $1. I guarantee you made more money than the nigga that did 5 million. And it's vanity metrics. It's like, oh, look at me. But it's like reality, bro. I want to sustain. I want something to leave for my people. I want some land and some cows. So for me, I'm way more focused on making myself comfortable in my life. And the way you do that in your life is you T-Pain. You own your music. You diversify. You make sure you're paying attention to what's going on. And you'll be fine, bro. But again, some people just want this shit as fast food. They want to get out of there. Hey, do what you do.
I feel like you're doing it at a good time too. I don't know if you noticed, but people are kind of wanting that direct to consumer model back because a lot of people are realizing that records can be on streaming services, especially they can be altered, they can be changed. It's kind of like you're changing history. You've seen a lot of records that maybe come back and it's just like something that they said in 2010 might not resonate with them, either themselves or with the people. Later down the line, they go back, change that record.
Swap it right up.
I don't have that original. That's why a lot of people, you see vinyls coming back. I think every year there's an artist that breaks the record for most vinyls sold in a week.
Yeah. Tangibility, bro. Not to cut you off, but I think that, again, tangibility, go back to that thing earlier because I wanted to speak about this. And I'm so media trained. I'm not media trained, though, but like I'm so media trained. So we spoke off air about the person or the people who are able to make work from a place that they don't have to worry about being engagement based, right, or being reactive. So it's that same thing when it comes to the music, where it's like some people are so good at the rap, they're so good at doing what they do. I don't gotta make something for TikTok. I don't gotta make something for the streets. I can make whatever I want to make, and my fans are gonna consume it, right? And I think that that's that's a definition of a good artist to me. It's like I can be well rounded. I can give you a Michelin star meal, but it only costs you $10. But it still had that nutrients to the point where it's like, all right, you got it fed like that.
Yeah, and it takes a lot more. Like it takes anybody can, with enough dollars behind somebody, you can get anybody to go on Spotify and listen to somebody. But it takes a real thought-in fan or somebody that really supports you to really be like, okay, let me go on this website off of like, let me stop scrolling reels, let me go on this guy's page, click on his website, go buy this album, like
put my card information in. And I think again though, that make the experience more real, right? When you can feel and hold something and say, wow, this came from that artist, right? And then some people are signing it, they put notes in, so the fan has a personal connection. Like you said, it's frozen in time. That won't change. If somebody don't clear a verse or a sample or something, you'll always have that, right? And then on top of that, I think that people are now seeing, people want real, bro. People seeing, and it go back to what we spoke about again. Folks see the world, they see the world stage, and they say, I want something that's real. I don't want you to stand on me and tell me you with my girl and you got more money than me. Duh. Tell me how you really feel. Tell me your perspective on what we're seeing in this world right now. And we understand that, again, if that bottom line, if the people who are investing in this money at that label don't want you speaking about that certain thing. It could be anything, right? You won't be speaking on it, right? And I think that level of vanity, flexing, commercialism, consumerism is what people are tired of. So that go back to indie artists because be real. It's like, yeah, bro, I spill my car up and I'm mad about filling my car up just like you. You know what I'm saying? I just know how to rhyme, I just know how to make it rhyme. You feel me?
And it goes back really even to like the basic reason a lot of people start is you want to be able to do something you love on your own terms, and you have kind of like a label or somebody breathing down your neck, like, hey, don't say this, don't do this, don't do this. It kind of gives you the feeling, it's like, damn, well, why am I not working 9 to 5 if I just gotta have somebody telling me what I'm doing?
I'm still in the rat race. I'm still subject to influence from the corporate dollars. So it's like, all right, for sure, let me build this off in the back of me. And I'm okay with sustaining at a lower level. But see, that go to that what I talked to you about when it comes to what you really want. Because if you just really want to be rich and be able to be a bad person, like, oh, trust, they'll give you a bunch of dollars and stuff like that, but you won't sustain very long. And on top of that, it won't ever be exactly what you think it is once you get there. Because I can tell you that right now, like, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to your rap, man. A lot of stuff that it looked like that until you get there and you're like, oh, okay, that's how that happened. That's the Wizard Eyes trick. That's how they get that to happen like that. It's cool though. I love it, man. I love it every day.
Oh yeah. Do you ever so you're pretty much firm set, like a big check can't really like phase you in a way. You kind of try to stay grounded and look at things for.
Oh yeah. Now, look, it depends. I know it don't. It don't. It depends on how you want to look at it. I'll say that because I'm extremely grounded, bro, overly grounded. But I'll say this in the sense of like I would sign a deal. It just has to be the right partnership. That's what I mean by when I say it depends. But yeah, bro, ain't no dollars, man. Because I don't walk away from stuff right now where it's like, nah, that ain't for me. I don't care. You involved with whatever it might be, and that's not what I'm involved with. And I don't think that they have the best interest for my people. So it's like, okay. I'm okay. I seen the donators. I seen who got you. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have like a dream collab? And let me phrase that as like a 2-part question because a lot of people there's like a dream collab. There's 2 forms of dream collabs, right? Like the one that's like way like lofty, like okay, this is like what I really like dream collab. And then there's also the one where it's just like not to say like I guess kind of safer option, but more so in a way like the one that you think like that you have to work for to get to that level, and one that's like, okay, today I can probably pull some strings, kind of,
and get that shit done.
Make that happen. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a really good one because it's good. It do give me like 2 different ways to go from it. Because like one of them might not happen, but one of them definitely might. Okay, let's answer the one on some local time. Let me think real quick about some people who I've been seeing that I even feel like haven't got the highlight that maybe they necessarily should. Sideshow and Mike. Actually, 10K Global. If I collab with 10K Global in the next 6 months to a year, I think I'll be pretty happy. I love what they're doing over there. They direct the consumer model, the subject matter, the art, the visual, all that. I love it.
Okay, so it kind of ties in with what you're doing. Really resonates with you.
Yeah, it's like down to the New York version of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? And like, and obviously we very different in a lot of different ways, but in the sense of like, I love their approach to indie artists and the way they're doing it, man. I love Salimata. She's like really, really dope, and I've got the opportunity to talk to her a couple times. So it's like always amazing to be able to see. And that was at a show in Brooklyn with the homie Johnny. So it's like that New York thing where it's like everything's so small, but at the same time it's so big. Because I believe in people when I meet them, I believe in them. So yeah, 10K Global.
So. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Do you have any how are you like on collaboration right now? Do you find yourself like collaborating with other artists like local here in Atlanta? Do you find yourself kind of like wanting to work with other artists? Or you kind of like to kind of stay in your own lane, do your own thing?
Okay, what would the answer to the other question? Lucky would probably be.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I actually don't think not because I think he actually a lot more approachable than people give him the credit for. So I probably get that done. But anybody else other than that, like you feel me, we'll get there when we get there. But like I really care about them two right there. And as far as the city go, man, my folks that come across my way. If I meet somebody and I actually like their music, I'm like, okay, cool. And then we meet each other again. It's in the music space. Okay, cool. But a lot of the time, I kick it with an artist a year. They'll kick it with an artist. Either we'll kick it, we'll make a song the first week, or I might know a dude for 2 years, man. We never made one song. We just building that connection. We building that rapport. We understanding what our path is. I gotta watch you. I gotta vet you.
it's got to feel more real to you than transactional.
100%, man. I'm all about authenticity, folks. If it ain't authentic, I don't want it. You hear me? That's everything. I don't want nothing that's false, fake. Like that's not okay.
Yeah.
We never push falsehood. So
even if it's on some like you see another artist kind of doing their thing, they got a similar follow to you. You guys know that there's not a lot of overlap there, and you can both benefit. If there's not that connection there, you don't.
Yeah, hell nah, because it's just like ain't no point in making it. The song it's gonna sound fake. It's just gonna sound all like we trying to make it into something that it ain't. You hear me? But when it sound like we on the same page, we want it to be in this, we in flow state. So it's not to say I got a lot of collaboration. Hell, I did a whole album where I produced the whole album myself, and that was the most collaboration I ever did, like ever. And uploading that was annoying because I had to call and get all the information and make sure all the other stuff. But bro, I be wanting vet too. Make sure your paperwork good. Like, are you a weirdo? I gotta know this. Like, you know,
because the feature, especially right now, where it's like
what
hip hop is so divisive, bro. Where like, especially now, like post like the Kendrick and Drake stuff, where it's like a feature or like you collab in any way is like you're real cosign, and people are like I feel like from a consumer standpoint, they kind of expect you like, oh, you're working with that person. You guys kind of locked in a way.
So like, you on that side of their fence. You feel what I'm saying? Like you say, okay, you over here in Atlanta, you do something with Thug. Okay, that mean you over here in their area, you in their bubble. If you do it over here, so
because even on like the biggest scale, like shit, yesterday I asked somebody like, yeah, you heard Iceman? Like I was like, they're like, nah, bro, I'm a Kendrick fan. I'm just like, what's that mean?
Well, guys, this. Where did we get in hip hop where you can't listen to multiple artists that have opposing viewpoints? Like, and mind you, I have opinions about the Drake Kendrick thing. Am I gonna say them right now? Of course not. But at the end of the day, right, where we got to this point where it's Crips and Bloods about Drake and Kendrick. Guys, they both make really good music, folks. Listen to Iceman, folks. It's okay. You can listen to G8, you can listen to all of it. Like, but I think that it's the thing where it's tribalism, folks. It's us versus them. They're not like that.
And the thing is, it's human nature, right? You like that sense. You have that sense of pride and that sense of community. It's almost why like sports are so popular.
Come on. It's that tribal-hood.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what? Like you said, we don't do that over here. We over here with it. It's like, all right, cool. If that's your personality, bro, have it. But like, if it's your real friend, tell him like be a real person.
Yeah, you know how crazy it is. Like when I'm in my real life and somebody's like, stay on that side. Yeah, I'm just like, what do you mean? Like where? I'm just trying to get some lunch, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Stay on that side.
And the internet. Then what the thing I think we spoke about this too. The internet fucked it up because y'all gotta understand some stuff y'all be saying. It's not meant to be used in that context. Like, oh, stay over there with it. What side you on? Like, this is like gang talk. This street talk. We talking like we finna get out there. Like, this stepper talk. Why we talking like this when we in Discord? Niggas, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
This is entertainment at the end of the day.
You have a PC bill. What are you doing? Talking about, stay on. That shit be wild to me.
But,
that shit be wild, man. Enjoy your fruits of your family labor and be happy your folks can, and you know what I'm saying? You got AC and internet. But I haven't heard Iceman yet, but I'm going to give it a listen. The only reason I listen to Iceman because I hate listening to albums everybody else listens to them. You know what I'm saying? I listen to shit like probably like 2 months after everything.
You like to give it a little cool down period.
I want to be solo with it. I don't like what everybody else got. You can tell, bro. I'm a contrarian. I'm like, nah, let me just.
Yeah.
Let y'all do what y'all do with it. I don't want to hear no opinions gonna skew my viewpoint. Then I'll just.
Especially when I'm on a mainstream level like that, because it's very easy. You're listening to something, you go online and see somebody's opinion. Like a lot of people, it's very easy to get swayed by recency bias or by like different. You get fed so many opinions that you start to think like, damn, well maybe that does make sense, you know. It's like
come back to that thing where it's like the brain lazy in a lot of ways because we want to save that prefrontal cord, like that prefrontal, we want to save as much energy for that as possible. So when it's like, I don't want to think, I'm going to just take the opinion of the next man. And it's like, nah, bro, that's dangerous. And it become an echo chamber. So hell no. Yeah, no. That's funny you say that though. It definitely has became a very polarizing discussion when we talk about Drake and Kendrick, bro. And it's so funny because I don't know if even either of them intended for it to get this deep, but it did.
The way I look at it, bro, I kind of look at like hip hop in like a nuclear winter right now. Like this big event went off, like this big nuke went off, and then everything's kind of like still dust settling.
That's a real good way to put it. Because it did fuck the politics up though. So it did switch up a lot of the things that, again, it's always this like reoccurring feature over here. Hey, a lot of stuff in Atlanta messed it up, right? And I won't even say their names because they in Atlanta. But when it comes to a lot of the different politics, now everybody feature lists a little different. Cause like you said, you over there with it, and they could be like that. If you up there with them boys and you do music with them, cause it's people that in this local level, I'm like, oh, you over there with it, you over there with it. Okay, that makes sense. But a consumer, sure.
There's got to be that distinction of like, okay, this is just entertainment. I'm just consuming this versus like, okay, I'm really involved in this. Like, you know, I do a feature with this person to fuck up this relationship.
Come on, now that's different. Like, for them folks, they kind of they don't have to pick a side, but I feel like if we want hip hop to thrive, we gotta make it back all inclusive, and it's gonna always be a competition, but like the polarizing, it's just like it bleed into real life. It's just like that ain't the way it's supposed to be. Community based, it's supposed to bring us together. We should be able to play They Not Like Us and one of the Drake records, Family Matters, in the same party. Yeah. And we all be happy that some of our favorite artists got up to the motherfucking stage and gave us one of the best fights ever. Like,
and you got to think that's like hip hop history. That's something we could tell our kids about. Like, bro, I could tell my kids are gonna be 16. They're gonna be like looking back. They'll be like, damn, that's like the biggest thing to happen in the past 20 years. Like. They're like, you're telling me you lived through that? You were like firsthand. You were up at midnight when Family Matters dropped. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm like, son, take a seat. We
got a whole story to tell. Like,
pull out a fucking whiteboard. So it all started with this.
See, I even got in a better hand. I'd be like, listen, son, I got a 50-minute video I cooked up when that shit was happening. Like,
such a partake. And you know what? Go back to that what I'm saying, where it's like we got these documentations of these times. We're living through a lot of historical times. So I think it look a lot of different ways. People got reaction fatigue. They don't know how to react, and they don't have the energy to. So a lot of times, just be like, all right, cool, bro. Just again, woosah. It's the internet. You can put your phone down. I think Tyler Creator said it one time, like, what the fuck is cyberbullying?
Yeah, just close the video.
Put your phone down. You get what I'm saying? And just, you know what I'm saying, know what you know, and you'll be all right, bro. It's hard, though. I ain't gonna hold you, because, like you say, it's so much pushing and pulling you. If you are an artist, you might be like, fuck it. Especially when anything going on, you're like, I'm gonna make a record about this, or I'm gonna make a record to this type of beat because this was going trending right now. It's like,
especially like you've been doing it so long, I know you've had moments where it's like, this record's going more than my other records. It's like, especially when you get like to a point where you've been working 10 plus years. How do you ever find yourself like, you see something pop off, it's very easy for a lot of artists. And, you know, I see it on the mainstream stage a lot where once something works, that's all I'm doing now. That's the only way that I'm riding. I'm trying to really stay down, double down on that. Do you ever kind of feel that as like an artist, if like something starts to work and you're kind of like, I'm trying to recreate this in a way?
I don't try to recreate moments. Moments are for the moment, right? Even your brain process stuff like a little bit on delay, right? So I try not to do that, but what I will say is that it's systematic, right? It's the same thing. We got a job to do. So if my job is to entertain, my job is to make good music, right? Then I'm like, okay, cool. They like that type of song, and I have fun making that type of song. I like making a song. I'm never gonna make nothing I don't like. So shit, okay, let's run it. We can make 15 of them, no problem. Especially again, these people who buying the concert ticket, these folks who coming to see me, making sure I can be fly. Oh, for sure. I gotta make sure I feed them in that essence. Now, is it gonna get to a point where I'm in the comments like, okay, what do they need from me? Never that. I'm the tastemaker. I'm gonna let you know what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna feed y'all now. Come on now. Yeah. But I think that to the other side of that is like, don't get caught, don't get lost in the sauce. Don't stay in a era and don't know when not to evolve out of that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta challenge yourself. Kanye do a good job of that. Childish do a good job of that. Tyler do an amazing job of that. So
I like that answer. And like you said specifically, like tastemaker, a lot of artists lose sight of that. They see something that works and they start reading the comments too much. They start seeing like, damn, what's gonna get me that other? Hey, I don't want to say like names specifically, but we've even seen it. I know you've seen it on the mainstream level, on a smaller level, scale level, that an artist might even be not necessarily scared to drop it. They're reluctant to drop it because they're like, damn, what if this doesn't resonate with them? Instead of them thinking like, okay, I'm making this. I'm the one that's putting out something that I want to make. Let me put this out for them. Whoever messes with it, mess with it.
Let me challenge the narrative. Let me see what's up. It's okay to flop. Fuck it. Let's see what's up. Like, let me at least know that it's not a good idea. You understand what I'm saying? Or I might figure out we just came up with a whole different thing and I enjoy doing it and y'all like doing it. Let's go this way with it. You feel me? But you'll never know if you don't try. One thing, I'm a doer, folks. And I'm a doer, and I'm like you said, I'm the person who create art. So the person who look at the art on the wall, you didn't go and paint that shit. So I like your opinion. Thank you for coming to the gallery. But at the end of the day, folks, fuck them.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you're making it for the people that, for yourself mainly, but also for the people that it's going to resonate with. If it doesn't resonate, it's not for you.
It ain't for you.
Come back for the next record.
To go back to your point, as a rapper, I think every rapper want to hit record. When I see my first song do like very well, you get like that. You like, okay, everything need 808s, need hi-hats, need to be club. It's like, man, fuck that. Like, no. I want to make sure that I am always having fun and I'm at the wheel doing this shit. I'm in control. I ain't the person that's gonna take the direction from a comment, a label head, or from whoever it might be. You feel me? It's too easy to allow that to happen. And the best people, even when they were wrong, they stood on it, and it was better for them in the long run. You know what I'm saying? We all know who came to mind when I said that. Kanye West. I'm talking about Kanye West.
I feel like as an artist, you know, you're in a hub for hip hop, especially like if you look at like the history of hip hop. Right now, specifically like the past 10, 20 years, you're probably one of the best places to be as an artist. And with that comes like a lot of expectations kind of as an artist. Do you ever feel like, not to say like the city let you down, but like in a way like where you kind of were out here as an artist and you kind of might have found yourself in a position that it's like, okay, things are about to line up, and then it's just like it doesn't work out that way?
Yeah, man. Well, I got so many stories, twin, bro. I'll spare, but I'll tell you, bro, what, a lot of times I've looked at situations and thought, hey, this the one. This the conversation when I go after this me, mama, whatever it might be, and it don't be that, or it's like they actually want to do this. I'm not doing it. I'd much rather do it my way. And yeah, I felt like a lot of way, man, the city, but you got to see what the city champion. You get what I'm saying? The city just not really, in my opinion, I think that Atlanta is it's obviously getting bigger, but it's just not getting its credit for its like actual hold or what it's actually able to do. Like it's underrated in a lot of ways because there's so much other type of sound here other than like that trap narrative, whatever. And I love that shit. I love all that. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk down on it. But there's a lot of skater rap. There's a lot of grunge rap. There's a lot of indie bands. There's a lot of like fucking whatever you call that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a house, right? So I say to say the city is behind. And it's okay, it's fine, but it's whenever all that come in full circle, then I feel like it'll be like, oh, this person was here because they ready to champion you. Once you get your first accolade, they'll hold you up like, oh, he from Atlanta, like you get what I'm saying. So it just take time, folks. And I don't make music for folks that just like, and it's not to talk down on it, but it's like I make my music for me, and I make music for the fly guys who wanna be good people. They want to go out, get some food, do some cool shit, and they ain't trying to bother nobody. We trying to build business and foundation and be good people.
Where's your focus in terms of like growth? Like, does the city come to mind in terms of like where you're focused on growing? I know I've seen both perspectives on artists in the city in Atlanta, where they're like, some artists are like, Atlanta will give you no love until you get popping outside of Atlanta, and then they start to accept you.
I had a buddy from LA say that same shit.
Yeah. And then some artists will look at you and say, you won't get those outside markets until Atlanta fucks with you, because Atlanta is that hip hop hub. You really gotta pop off there before everybody else is like, okay, you know?
They're gonna sound crazy. Cause nigga might hear this and be like, well, what are you talking about? I feel like I'm already popping in the 80. Like I feel like in a lot of ways, like the spaces that I wanna be in, I'm known. Like I go in the space, bro. I can't walk in nobody. I can't walk nowhere in one of these little artsy fartsy places and not know nobody. Like it's almost impossible. You feel what I'm saying? It's almost like to the point where I'm like, damn, bro, I can't never go nowhere in jail. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what we sign up for when we get in the game. But I say all that to say, nah, but nah. I think that should be mindset. You got to make sure you got the motion. Like where you coming from? Your platform. You be in Alaska. We got the same internet. So if you can get whatever it is behind you, no matter where you at, they're gonna be like, oh, for sure, I'm rocking with it. You can be in art. You can be in Oakland. Oakland gonna get behind you once Oakland see you put that work in and represent Oakland the right way. So it ain't the city fault. It's up to us to be like, okay, let me put the work in no matter where I'm at. Because if I believe it's a geography thing, I'm never gonna get right. Yeah. What the fuck? What about certified trapper out of Milwaukee? I ain't never heard about
Milwaukee.
Nigga, Michael Jackson is from Gary, Indiana. He ain't from Atlanta. You're not from New York. You're not from LA.
Pre-internet age. Now you got all the resources we have now. Like
you, nigga, absolute cinema. You good? Yeah. What are we talking about? You over here? You know what I'm saying? I need Atlanta. No. Save your gas money.
It's such a thing you can overthink about, right? Where it's just like, yes, you get so focused on like, damn, I gotta get popping outside the city. I gotta, because it's such a weird thing where like you can be, like you said, you're very known within like the rooms that you step in, but then there could be somebody else who has 10 songs, 1 million streams each, but they're all from other markets, and they go out to their scenes out here in Atlanta. Nobody knows them.
Not a clue.
And it's just like, that can be for them, that could be their discouraging thing. It's like, damn, the city doesn't know me, but I feel like I'm proving myself. And
Yeah.
it's such like there's so many different ways to like get the emotion you need to get, that as long as you have that self-belief and you kind of just like we kind of talked about off camera, like you don't stop, you're going to get there, because at the end of the day there's so many different paths now, and the internet creates like a million different ways to really have your impact and do what you want to do.
You feel what I'm saying, bro? It's like a lot of people got that narrative of like, it's the look thing. It's like, oh God, if I'm right here grinding, I wanted to say I am like, don't act. I'm extremely thankful to be in Atlanta. I'm so happy to be in this city, bro. I love this city with everything in me, bro. And obviously, like, I want a house out here. I want to stay here for quite some time. But I started to say, like, I ain't never needed no geography to know that I'm him. I ain't never needed a person to tap me on my shoulder and be like, hey, bro, you got, no, I know. I mean, thank you. I love to hear it. But it's like, I didn't want to tell someone, like, oh, I know that. Like, I just want to pay these bills up for real, cause nigga, I know that.
And that goes part back into like, as a creative, you gotta have a little bit of an ego and a little bit of that delusional optimism.
Yeah.
Work.
See, I love that. I love delusional optimism is what I could get. I like to say I'm a real like glass half full type guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm gonna be straight. It ain't no way for me to possibly not be, bro, because I'm never gonna be okay until I am.
Yeah, because bro, you almost like,
okay.
I hate to say it this way, but you almost have to be like almost insane in a way, because the definition of insane is like you're doing something repetitive and you really like something you're always thinking about. And like a lot of people, like for me, content wise, I find myself like all day, like I could be doing something unrelated, just like my everyday life, and I'm thinking like, damn, what's my next script gonna be? Or like, I'll see something, I'm like, damn, I could tie this back into a video.
That's fine too. I love those moments too, those ideas, like when you're in the field and you're like, that shit hit you on inspiration shit. And that's why you say that, bro. You know what? It's like inspiration and creation and all this other stuff. It's like you don't need that extra. Now we've said this in a lot of different ways, but it's like I'll say it again, as far as like you just have to really know what you want to do as a creator. Like, what's your messaging? Like, you can know I want to rap, but like, what is your messaging? What are you trying to put out to it? Your YouTuber, what are you trying to do? And if you know that, and if you can find different ways to do that for a very long period of time with nobody knowing you, once you get to the point of everybody knowing you, you're gonna be so calm. That's why a lot of our greats are just chill. It's like, yo, been doing this for a long time. I've always seen this happening. And it's just like when you was hungry and you get the food and you take that first bite and you like, I ain't hungry no more.
Yeah.
Same thing with the fame, same thing with everything else, the money, all that shit. You get all that paper, you like, damn, now what? And it's like you say your brain gonna immediately go to the next thing. And you gonna be like, damn, this is it? Oh, okay.
Cause at the end of the day, right, like making it looks a bunch of different ways. Like for me, even like if I can just barely be paying all my bills and then just have enough money to go buy like McChicken every day, like I made it in my sense, because I'm still able to put 40 hours a week into what I want to do,
Yeah, bro.
And not have to take, orders from someone else or whatever it may be. But at the same time, somebody else might look at making it like, yeah, I'm doing this full time, but I haven't made $10 million yet. I haven't gotten that deal.
Some niggas want a Lamborghini. Hey, you gonna let me tell y'all something. You had the same accident, well, maybe not the same accident, but like nigga, they get to see you to the same hospital when you get in a car accident in a Nissan and in a Lamborghini. Like there's no different hospital. If you get in a car accident, they're not gonna be like, oh, this nigga he has a motherfucking M7. Oh my god,
hey, we gotta take him off the road.
No, they gonna still take the same time to clean your ass up. So ain't no point, bro. It be silly to me. And I like trucks. I love trucks. I want King Ranch one of these days. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get that until I got King Ranch bread and then beyond. And to your point, for me, being able to sustain a little something to eat at night and a roof over my head and good health, that's riches to me. So right now I'm rich as fuck.
Yeah.
Everything else is a plus. It's a real plus. So if we can look at it like that, bro, we'll forever be good. And on top of that, we'll be great at what we're doing. It won't come off desperate, right? Like them people we talked about prior to the air. It's like some folks, they get in there right now, we like, oh, I can tell that money fucked up. Oh, because you're trying to do whatever it is.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm trying to move.
You feel me?
But
no.
When because making it really is like, you're not worried about like, okay, I need even if like, you're not worried about compromising your morals in a way. You're not worried about.
And I think that, because, bro, what they could give you, we ain't gonna say no extreme. I'm not gonna clip one. But Nick offer you a lot of money to do something not so nice, right? You understand what I'm saying? Say you do something not so nice, whatever that might be. You might go take somebody else. When you go back home and you got that money in your pocket, and you laying down. This is some people, but I just think the longer I've been talking to you, you're the same way. And I think that good people, you're going to lay down and be like, damn, I did X, Y, and Z for this paper. When you spend that paper, when you riding in that money, you're going to be like, damn, I did this for the money. I did this for the when she like, oh, damn, that's a nice watch. And she's like, I don't know. Oh, she don't know what I did for this. Like, that don't feel good. So I'd much rather every time, even if it's a little Casio, I work for that motherfucker. I feel good for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
opposite, boy. Like, what? Even if it's an F-150, I bought that bitch all cash.
Yeah, I mean, that's the exact way I would be looking at that AP swatch, man. Like,
fuck those swatches, nigga. Fuck a swatch. You see that bit? Hold on. Let me flex the big F91W. Did all you need. Fuck a swatch, man. Did you try to get one?
Nah. I seen the memes. I was like, damn, that's, nah.
Oh, that shit funny as hell. Nah, man, it's cool. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I would have. My buddy was out there though. I would have like. You know what I'm saying? But man, I don't want no AP. I really love Casios, and I don't really care about jewelry. I don't like jewelry.
No, I think like I like to accessorize, but I don't need to like, I'm not trying to like pop my shit. I just like as long as it completes the fit, it's not really like
some shit tradition, like slug, like getting grills and shit like that, like earrings, sure, like some shit I'm just like, all right, that's just other cultures, but other stuff I'm like, bro, I don't need 50 chains on my neck, and I don't. A lot of that we'll get that off the air, but a lot of that I just feel like different ways to siphon money back to the people.
Yeah, and it's like disingenuous. Like, what do I look like with like 5 chains? I feel like that kind of takes away from my character. It doesn't really look like me. It's like, what are you trying to be?
And it go back to that success thing, because it's like you got to be able to keep 5 chain money the whole time.
Exactly.
If you a nigga like me and you got a little E30, 85 E30, might got a little something going on. I don't actually have that now. I'm just saying something I would want to acquire, and you get good at that. You keep that up for a long little time. You keep that going for you already bought your property, whatever. But if you're trying to goddamn go to Ibiza, have chains, fly IG models, do the Lamborghini videos every week, post big ass money stack, you probably got a good 6 months.
It's not, because a lot of people like that's the ultimate goal when they look at like music or even content in general, right?
Yeah.
But like a lot of the people you see that, and I'm not gonna say any names particularly, but like actually I am, like let's say DDG for example.
Yeah, shout out.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like DDG likes to pop his shit, but at the same time he's one of those guys that likes to stay lit. Like when you got monthly expenses like that, you're working every month. You stop working 1 month, that's just going. It's starting to look a little scary. Like,
hey, I tell you so right here. I don't know about him, right? But I know somebody did disclose how much money they were making, right? And if your bills are 100 racks and you only made 80 that month, 80. If I made 80 racks this month, nigga, I'm gonna have an accent next stream. You get what I'm saying?
I make 80 racks next month. Y'all might not see me for 2 months.
Hey,
I have to process it. I'm gonna be like, I gotta keep grounded and be like, I'm
getting myself together. Yeah, for real though.
I gotta let that 80 racks sit in the bank for a month. Be like, let me get used to seeing that number there before I come back.
Only will like you said, I gotta make sure it's real. I gotta make sure it's valid. Make sure nobody ain't coming looking for it. All the other stuff, right? But I said all that to say, as far as like when you live a certain lifestyle, everything go full circle. When you live a certain lifestyle, you ain't gonna be able to do it for a long amount of time, and you being fake, it's gonna be hard. If I have you on stream being fake, it'll be hard as fuck because you gotta do that for a long time. So,
and that's just like, you get lost in the content, in the music and everything. And it's also just, at that point, you lose, like, it's almost like human essence is authenticity, right? And it's like, you start to lose that, you just kind of become part of the machine. It's not really.
Why am I following you if you just do the same thing? And I thought the same thing too about whenever I left academics and like trying to be like a student and like you said, trying to do everything the traditional route. I left the traditional route because I didn't want to be pressured to be.
Sorry to cut you off. I thought you said DJ. I thought you meant DJ academics. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, you was like a student to be like. I'm thinking like, wait, what?
Hey, I was DJ academics intern. Nah, I was like, hey, you would have heard. It probably some crazy shit about me on DJ.
I was like, you just dropped some crazy words. Like when I parted way with academics.
hey, honestly though, I would still flood that though, because in all honesty, act a part of the culture, whether folks like it or not. Act had funny as hell, but nah. I said it just in the sense of like, oh, I ain't getting the game to be stressed, bro. I ain't getting the game to be da-da-da-da-da-da. You feel me? Like, I left the corporate world for that reason, or I didn't want to go down the corporate route for that reason. So as an artist, I got to make sure I'm feeling myself. I got to make sure I'm having fun, bro. It's just no way to do it. And it's also fucking music, so why would you not have fun? It's YouTube. Why would you not have fun? Like, you don't have to be the fucking dude at the corporate meeting like, oh, give me the quarter. Like, bro, fuck all that. And shout out to my boy that do quarterly stuff. But still, I don't want to shine on my corporate bros, bro. Shout out to y'all too, man.
No, at the same time, it's like you get into doing this, you ever feel like like almost you can never see yourself going back to
Hell
that type of
nah.
world because even myself, bro, I don't like to drop too much about myself, but I'm kind of like half in corporate, half in this world. And sometimes I'll find myself in the corporate side of things, like, and I'm just like hearing these conversations. I'm like, this is so disingenuous. This is why, like, you know, like, why are we putting on this corporate talk when it's just like, just tell me flat out. Like,
and you know what I'm saying?
You know what
and
I mean?
we all know how we talk. Like, you'll go out with some folks from one of them worlds. I used to work in restaurants for the longest time. So you will see them out and how they talk and how they move. And it's like, the meeting was bullshit because you just sat through the whole meeting, use all these big, colorful words. But when you came out and had the motherfucking, I don't know, the Dos Equis in your hand or whatever at the jar, like, nah, we in Atlanta, so we gotta go Wild Haven, or like, you feel me? They were getting something ASW or something, right? Whatever it might have been. Like, you come and you calm, you using this, that, and the third. I hate the facade, right? And I feel that. But I can only imagine as a person, like, you be feeling like split into two. Sometimes you feel like.
So nah, I mean, it's more like I be feeling like I'm on the corporate side of things, and I'm just like, how do I get myself more integrated? Like, kind of not to fully leave this corporate side and hurt the overall picture of, like, you know, survival, getting by. But how do I do this in a manner where I don't have to do, you know, I can kind of slowly take myself out of that corporate world and just fully be in the content world. And then also, how do I make myself enjoy the corporate side while I'm here? How do I sprinkle some of the streamer side? Like, I don't really talk about like what I do, like streaming wise, but I at least sprinkle my personality and let it be known. Like, you know, I'm not here to be a robot. I'm talking to people. I'm talking to people like I'm on stream sometimes. You know, I'm just like, as soon as I gauge you out. One thing is, bro, making content and meeting a bunch of people has really taught me like how to gauge people. It's just like, as soon as I start having a conversation, I know like, okay, this person is gonna appreciate the authenticity and me just speaking to them as a human on a human to human level, versus I might meet somebody and they're like, okay, they want that professionalism, they want that little bit of like sprinkled in there, yeah. And then it's just like I've kind of taken that, and I feel like in specifically like that's helped me excel on the corporate side, but at the same time, like I want to excel, do well on that side of things, but I don't want to excel too much to where they start, you know, I start getting picked in that side and get more responsibility, and then I'm just like,
it's like they start saying
this
shit
isn't
like,
what I want. I'm still trying to do my stuff
real
over
important
here.
around here. You know that? It's like,
yeah.
All right. You know
I'm
what
trying
I mean?
to do what I got to do, get by, and then just like when I got downtime, I'm like, how do I get back onto the other world?
Study the greats. I'll tell you what's been helping me. Study the greats. Optimized systems. I think that's like the boring way to do it, but it's like there's ways to do things. There's a right and wrong way. I believe in objective morality, so there's just right and wrong, and that's what it is. It's not like up to our opinion. It's just right or wrong, up, down, black, white. That's just life, right? So I say all that to say, just keep studying what's right and what's working. And if your goal for me, like right now, right, is monetization, making money. If it's making money, then like finding we even talk about like ways that we can do that, but that don't feel like they're subject to it. Hell, I even challenge, bro, there might be some ways that like come off a little way on the internet, but we probably enjoy that shit. You hear me? Like we'll be like, all right, for sure. We don't care about whatever it is. It's folks that get on there, they can get on here and rub themselves in peanut butter, whatever it might be on stream, and they be like, bro, I don't really give a fuck. I just have it with the paper. I just actually enjoy this shit funny to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm skippy, you know? So I started to say, like, man, you know, it's really just that, folk, and believing, bro. Like, literally, bro, you ever read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill?
Nah, I've heard of the book, but I've never.
Twin, read it. It ain't no rich dad, poor dad. That boy, he's stepping. I read that book and I said, oh yeah, I read that book, bro. I quit my job 2 weeks later.
Really?
Nah, I quit my job. I'll tell you the real reason I quit my job. But yeah. Like, because it was one of them things where it's like, when you read the stories he present to you and you understand, now granted, to your same point, a lot of these guys had connections and ties and stuff that's unbeknownst to us that helped them excel. But on the surface level, even the hot Cheeto guy, right? Like, a lot of people have been able to self-actualize and turn whatever it's in here out here. It's just a big computer, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. There's just so many ways to like, and I mean, really, it all is just like personal, like what do you want to, I guess, even sacrifice? Because at the end of the day, this is one big sacrifice.
Come on.
And you know, it's just really what are your morals as a person? Because I feel like I could have easily by now taken like a little poly market deal that would have paid the bills every month and just promoted that stuff. But for me, that's like, would I feel good at the end of the day? It's like, damn, I'm making like 3 gambling related posts every day. Like, you know, is that
Yeah.
like, and that's just like an example. There's like a million other things.
Hey, they telling your ass use a sign-up code. So now you seeing how many people you done got hooked to gambling.
Mhm.
Why you feel me? You using your code. Like, no, but I think to your point, bro, go back to this, no. Cause again, I gotta make $1. I live in America. I don't get the unfortunate. I don't know where you can live and not care about money. Everything costs. And if you want to do something at a level where you want to have a career, it costs a lot to have a career. Because what's the average salary? Average salary, we don't gotta get into that. So I say all that to say, folks, it's like, bro, know your bottom line. I would never promote gambling because that promote, you know, that's just bad habits. But obviously you not. But if you gotta do the fucking, what's Rihanna? Shit, I'm tripping. I'm bugging. Shout out Riri. Fenty.
Fenty, yeah.
If you had to do a Fenty ad, and the Fenty ad, nah, for real, but the Fenty, they want you to try a little blush. Just a little blush. Depending on how your scale feel, if you gotta do 5 Fenty ads a year to pay your bills, you might have to do the 5 Fenty ads at first, bro. Okay, this shit to the little sister, it cool. You feel me? You feel me? It depends on what you want to do in life. But I'm at the point, and I'm like, I got to do it. So not whatever it takes, but like I gotta, you know, make a little club record, a little dance record, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Like get that hit, and then that should pay everything, and then I'll be even more of a purist after that.
That's how I feel, bro. And that's why I've kind of opened myself, not to like necessarily the gambling side, but like I've opened myself up to even like working with companies and like just in general. I'm like, there's money there, bro.
Come on,
like,
bro. Being a rep, go work in that complex, go work it over here. You feel it? And you still can be run. You still do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's so many ways to really get what you want. And it's like we just live in a crazy age. I can imagine what because this whole creator music and online marketing, like this is also developing. They're saying this is going to be worth triple what it's worth right now in 10 years. Can you imagine our kids growing up? They might be able to just not even have to get shit popping outside of their local neighborhood, and they're still able to start monetizing and bring some stuff in.
That's good, but just because of the revenue dollars and the scale, and imagine they pop is in like we are the part of the generation that you said at the beginning of this thing. We came up in this. It's like if you grew up in the Industrial Revolution or like you own a fucking car factory. It's like, of course I do because I grew up when this shit was invented. Exactly. So it's like we in a position right now to make them mistakes, learn the stuff, and continue to move towards that, bro. It's never been more possible. And like you said something even more profound. Guys, there's so many different ways to do it. It just don't look like this, right? It just don't look like this. So continue to do what you're doing, uncovering those stones. And I'll do the same. Or it's not easy, folks. I kid you not. Because of that, though, because you see Poly Marketer come over and give somebody 100 bands. You're like, damn. All he said was, hey, this video is sponsored. And look, we done already did half of that already because all that I say. You know what I'm saying? We done said their name already because that's literally all it is. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, there's
different. And then hit a kicker. How many people gonna remember them gambling at in 10 years?
Yeah, and that's how a lot of people probably look at it to justify it. But like at the same time, it's like
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's like
if somebody wanted me to so look, I'm trying to be better about the smoking thing, right? If that was call me tomorrow and say, hey yo, we got 100, you know.
It's like I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna be like, I've been rolling this flavor for 10 years. Like,
you gonna be hearing me in a song. We smoking backwood. What? Yeah, bro. Can get what, bro? It's like in the day, it's a bottom line. And I would much rather say, hey, look, I actually don't do that in real life. Like Future come out, I don't do half the shit I do. I just talk about it because it pay the bills. I'd much rather do that in 10 years and be like, actually, guys, I never smoked a day in my life. Or actually, guys, this, that, and the third. But guess what? The baby's in private school. This is that's going on. My mom, she doesn't work. What's that? You know, that type of stuff I feel like has way more weight. And this is why it goes to why certain people are bad. Because it feels a lot better to be like, I retired my mother. My children don't go to, like, they don't know anything about poverty versus, I was able to represent the people.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
You know, and I love that idea. I'm a citizen. So that's kind of my conflicting thing I'm dealing with right now.
Because, both ends are extremes, right? But you got to be able to pull a little bit from the other extreme and be like, okay, this, maybe I did promote this, but at the end of the day, I'm good right now. Like,
come on.
Like,
I always say, you think Trump, them nephews and nieces struggle?
Yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, they're not struggling for their great grandkids aren't gonna know what a struggle is.
How many opinions you think they're carrying about the whole? And again, that's a bad thing. So don't think I'm justifying no dumb shit. But at the end of the day, when it comes to anybody that grows up with a profound amount of like excess, it's like, bro, there are people who made the sacrifice for them to have that is the reason why they're like it's okay in a way, all right? That's what justifies it to the oil tycoon or to the whatever person, right? So I don't know, man. And I think that as younger men and living in America, the older we get, we're gonna realize like, hey, that bottom. I'm just keep saying that bottom line, motherfucker, especially as a business owner.
Yeah, because realistically, bro, we're both in an industry where we're gonna be criticized anyway.
Come on.
So it's really just a spectrum of what criticism are you okay with?
What criticism you are okay with, and again, what can you do for a long time? Because again, I don't gamble. That's not my thing, so I can't promote that. But I do smoke. So like you said, like, all right, for sure. I did the buy Molly paper ad. I did whatever they ad. All right, cool. It was this, but at the end of the day, I was able to quit, or I was able to go, and that's when you seen this music video. Now imagine that story, where it's like, oh, I did that thing, but that's when you seen that beautiful streaming setup, and you seen everything to you, and you know when the YouTuber that made that change. Look at his room right now. You feel me? You gonna know when that change happened.
Like you see some of these streamers, I see some of these creators post a picture, and I'm looking at the background, I'm like, I don't see a ceiling anywhere in sight. Like,
you're like, I got echo in that motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm like, you're standing on a balcony, but I'm not seeing a floor behind you. Like,
you feel me? So I think that's what we got to answer this year, gang. I think that's what a lot of artists that are purists want to answer is like, how much it is, because we talked a lot about humanitarian and good stuff, but how much of this can we afford? And how much of it is it going to put our people after us at a default? There's been activists that their family isn't able to receive the real benefits of their likeness because the politician or the activist didn't have the stuff in line so that they could benefit from the fruits of slavery. They just worry about the message. They just want to make sure they look like, okay, for sure. But what about the babies? What about your niece? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And even if it's like, bro, I look at it as like, even if your compass of morality is right here, like on a full spectrum like this. If you're right here and somebody maybe is right here and they're not comfortable with you pushing up here, at the end of the day, that criticism, if you're willing to, as long as you're willing to take it, if you're able to get farther being here, you're able to pour more into the people that might be down here and help them. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, your folks around you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? People back home, in home country, you understand what I'm saying? People, for me, same thing. It's like, how much of that can we afford, and how much do you think they'll care? That's why you see, it won't have to take it too deep, but that's why you see certain people or certain groups going to the other side or doing certain things because they like, folk.
They look at it as like, damn, my grandma's not going to care that I did this gambling ad, but she is going to care that she doesn't have this back pain because I'm taking her to the doctor, you know?
Grandma might wear a Prize Pink shirt. She's like,
I just got to wear this and I don't got to worry about my doctors. Like,
because again, it all boiled down. We know our morale. We know what we got going on. And hell, people are talking about the interview. People are talking about, somebody could upload a picture of a dress on the internet, and a person will comment, yeah, because a man had to bring it in there. And a girl will be in the comments, it just go down.
It's like that old conversation with like, how you can interpret anything on Twitter. Somebody says, I like pancakes. You're like, somebody else will come and say, so you're saying fuck waffles, right? Like,
hey, basically, though, it's pretty much the internet in a nutshell, bro. So it's again to go full circle, and it's refreshing to say. And I told my partner this, right? Somebody who works at the company with us, hey man, you know, bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Hey, certain time it's like, hey, look, because you could do if you don't have any capital to help, how much is it really worth? You get what I'm saying? If I can't go and I can't buy 50 hot meals for the homeless under the bridge, I don't got 50 hot meal money, and you think the restaurant gonna expense the supplies, the heat, the labor, the food to get it done, that costs their business. You see how this work, y'all? It's a full circle thing. That's why everything ain't free. So it's like, all right, for sure, I gotta make certain decisions, and I do to this day. I don't give a fuck. You like it, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I ain't tripping on those shit.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, love it or not, we are in a capitalist society, and we got to do what we got to do.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love the capitalist society. I'm sorry. Yeah. I would like a little hybrid social, like,
I would love
a capitalist little kind of like hybrid brainchild thing. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, because we don't have to get too much into like politics and all that. I would love for an even playing field as much as possible, but at the same time, I love assist. I don't even want to dive too much deep into it, but you know what I mean? But I just like the idea of like you work hard, you're able to see that benefit in real time,
Same,
and
twin.
even if it's delayed gratification, you're still able to see that benefit.
And certain shit, you like, even as a capitalist, and again, this ain't, and you know what, bro? It shouldn't be political. Everybody should be able to take care. Everybody should be able to eat. That's not political.
Yeah, that's not political at all. Yeah.
Everybody should have a fucking house, especially if we are a rich country. Or
if you do anything, if you work and you do anything to provide somebody value, or you're providing to society, regardless. Like I hate to say, people look at entertainment as like bottom tier, because in history that's what it was. Like like the gestures back then, like the entertainment was kind of like the last of the barrel, and people kind of look at that like now the entertainers are the most paid. So people kind of look at entertainers in a negative light, because like you're getting paid all this money, you're living the life that I want to live.
It's jealousy, bro.
Yeah, and it's also just like at the end of the day, that shouldn't matter. Like, yes, they're getting paid a lot, but at the same time, it's also a systemic issue where it's just like everybody, regardless if you're contributing to, regardless if you're just doing something super simple, like, or not even super simple, just something that somebody might value less for whatever reason in capitalism, you should still be able to take care of the people around you. And
like you say, you didn't develop AI, or you didn't make Apple, bro, but you know what I'm saying, you're a pretty good guy. You've been going over to Nissan and working as I don't know, making brakes on the cars or whatever forever. I don't even know if that's a job to do in the US, but either way, it's just like you said, bro, certain things should be good. So the full circle, right? When you are making decisions, and when I'm an artist and I'm doing stuff, I consider the camp first, my look camp, and I think that thing too, like how would this come off? What will can't nobody make any bracelets, ain't getting no fucking bathroom brace. We not doing that. You get what I'm saying? So I think if you just stay in that little barrier, bro, you'll be good, bro. But at the end of the day, like, am I gonna go buy a Maserati for every person that ain't got a car in Atlanta?
Yeah,
I probably can't do that.
Yeah.
And get what? Maserati probably don't want me to do that. Even though they will sell however many cars, they're like, you gonna devalue the cost.
It's kind of like how some people were criticizing the AP collab with Swatch. I bought this 300,000 AP. Now everybody in Atlanta's gonna have an AP.
Yes, everybody in Atlanta will have an AP. By the way, everybody when they come out,
they already dropped.
They dropped. Okay, so by next week you will start seeing them in your latest and greatest music videos. Yeah. They're gonna have them little toy machine, little APs, but I fuck with them actually, dog.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's cool,
man. I ain't that type of dude, bro. I am a hater. I hate. I have things I have opinions about, but like AP and Swatch making a affordable watch for the people. What the fuck is? And then you get these elitist folks. So like, bro, it's devalued, but it's like, bro, your AP still worth it. I would still look at your wrist and be like, no, that's the $3,000.
At the end of the day, you might have a discontinued AP. That's like what does it matter?
What the fuck?
It's like I hate that mentality, because it's like kind of like, oh, I got this. Why are you giving it to the poors? You know what I mean?
You know
like
that's what that elitist.
It's like I hate that. Yeah.
So that's that balance, right? Where it's like, okay, we don't need to be so rich where we like look down, but we also don't need to be so humanitarian and humble to where we can never ascend. So it's just that little balance, right? But I ain't never tripping, bro. You know the difference between an AMG and a regular set of Benz?
Yeah, at the end of the day, bro, we're all people, and everybody, human nature, we all want to look good. We all want to feel good about ourselves. We all like, and there's different entry points for that. So it shouldn't matter. Like, Baby does an affordable collab. Like, that's, if anything, that's better for you, because more people know what an AP is.
Come on.
More people are going to be like, oh, that's an AP. That's not like the one that I see my buddy got. What type of one is that? It's like, oh, this one's 300,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it add more emphasis, like you say. I know you thought about it like that. Like, yeah, that put more highlight on yours. That look a lot different and less colored than the fucking candy colored ones that they got coming at. But if funny could, that shit did shake it shook the culture up, and it was quick.
Oh, for like 2 days. I was like,
I didn't never see a preview. Cause usually with stuff like that, your favorite artsy fartsy fashionistas be on it, but I didn't see AP do nothing other than just like 4-5 days maybe before they drop, like just run a bunch of ads, do their thing, and then it was
everywhere.
That shit was cool. Nah, man, I'm Cassio'd out, man. You like jewelry? Like you say,
a little bit. Like, I'm not trying to like. I'm not gonna spend like $5,000 on a good watch. If I see a good, nice watch like that, I can appreciate it. It costs like $200-$300. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm fucking with that, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on some shit where it's like I like things. I like these jeans and shit. Like a lot of stuff I be having on, like it might cost a little money or something like that. But it's stuff I really like, and I'll keep it for forever. And I'll wear the same. I don't mind wearing it. I'm a serial outfit repeater. I'm a cartoon character. You might well get used to the blue jacket. You might see me.
I was gonna say, you're not one of the people like, you see me in this once, you're never seen it again.
What kind of shit is that? Like, what kind of wasteful, consumerist fucking like? And then again, that becomes a norm.
And then that shit is like,
especially when you're in a space where it's
what
like
the
in the
fuck?
entertainment space where you might even get like T-shirts from people that like people are just trying like you're mean people are like, oh, here, take this T-shirt.
What?
You look at some 2 years later, you're like, dang, that's still in the package. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people I've seen that a lot of
Bro,
times.
I
Like,
know.
oh, that Supreme T-shirt, I haven't even taken it out yet. I got that as a gift. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so easy to fall into that consumerist mindset. But for me, it's just like, bro, anything I tell you, I like to look at it as like, there's value behind anything. Like somebody made these shoes, somebody took the time to make these socks. Like, you know what I
said
mean?
it, bro. You said it. It's
Like,
actual time and care into this stuff. So it's like not only that, it's like we are such a like throwaway culture in the sense of like we be so ready like bro, what you talking about? This like I'm not gonna name the prices or whatever, but it's like this stuff costs this much for a reason, hopefully because of the quality. And also that too, like it has value that it'll hold. So you could give it away or you could like actually use it and then maybe give it back or however you want to get it down, right? Or like sell it to somebody. How you want to get it down? I'm just saying when you buy stuff with intention and when it's of quality, it lasts. And then you also can use it as multiple purposes. But if you at the mall that weekend, bro, you ain't doing it for making somebody else rich.
yeah.
And there's a person that don't like you too.
You gotta do things because you like them. You know what I mean? And you gotta do things because you're happy with it. Because I think a lot of human nature is to kind of really get tied into the outside opinion and being that social media is like a big part of our lives now, and just like consumerism, it's very easy to get lost in that.
Oh, really, bro? Like, trust me, again, especially with everything right here, and on top of that, like that's always been human nature. You understand what I'm saying?
Especially like right now, bro, we're kind of just getting to a point of like full individualism. Like you look at 50 years ago, everybody was popping out in suits. Like you wouldn't see me stepping out.
And, oh yeah, I'm trying to tell you, if you had a hoodie or like a zip up on it, like slacker.
Yeah,
slacker. You know what I'm saying? Like they call it all type of old school words, but like you say, now everybody individualistic in a lot of ways is bad because it makes people selfish and shit. But in a lot of them ways, people have never been more conscious of themselves. They've never been more. I think we see a lot of like self development where people want to work, they want to be better, they want to actually achieve and like try to be a different person in the future. So I definitely see that same thing happening right now, and I hope that it brings the taste back. I hope that people are more intentional with what they watch, and they're able to sit down and sustain longer. They're talking to their friends. They're able to actually be more immersed. That's what I hope comes from that, right? Because you look within and you say, well, what do I need to actually be happy? Not what the phone gives me, not what even my partner or whatever gives me. What do I need? And then you work from there.
Yeah, 100%.
So that just come. I think it's about I'm happy though. I'm happy. Keep on. Yes, because it's gonna be a rebel, and I think that guys like us gotta be ready for that. In the sense of like we gotta be good at physical form. You are a good talker, so you ain't gotta worry about that. But some YouTubers are just really good at, like you say, the 90 seconds, But at the end of the day, we gotta be able to be real people. Mm-hmm. So it's good that you do that because I imagine that these screens gonna take a break eventually one day.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, yeah, bro. I feel like we've covered like everything around the world.
Hey, man, it was a great conversation, boy. When I tell you, bro, you're cool as a motherfucker. I kid you not. But I always knew that, though. I already knew that, and I know you was a hard worker, so it was always amazing to be able to come on.
Thank you, bro. Likewise, I've been seeing what you've been doing with the music, and like I've added you in a couple playlists. Sometimes it'll come on shuffle, and I'm like, oh shit,
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I care about it, bro. I care about it, and I tell you this, man. We have all of the intention to show people that it is possible to make good music without sacrificing your morality. One of the biggest goals, bro. And I just want to continue. And I ain't saying all my songs clean PG-13. I'm talking about all type of stuff. But I ain't talking about putting people in the ground and taking folks away from their parents and you just with your girl and all that other stuff. So, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah, and as long as you're, continuing to spread that message and, obviously you're going to grow. I can see that you're going to grow. Just staying grounded. I feel like you got that good foundation, good people around you to keep you, where you need to be.
Yeah, I can't never be no fake, brother. And same, bro. YouTube, bro. Like the more plays you get, the more YouTube stuff you do, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it comes to the cause it really the labels. Like when the labels come at you, twin, like 10. No. You don't like the artist. I know you already like this, but like I'm not gonna push that. That's how that happened with y'all.
Yeah, no, that's how it starts to go. And I mean, even on like a small level, I'll see you. It's like, hey, you want to make a little TikTok about this song we got coming out? I'm just like, I'm not really a dancer, like stuff like that, like you know what I mean. But yeah, no, it's definitely. I appreciate you coming on and everything.
Bro, what? Bro, thank you for having me, gangster. Real shit. 100%, man. What we shake hands with?
Yeah.
That's my first time doing it.